and this is the first ever rendition of Waking Up, a storytelling performance with a little bit of music. First of all, I must apologise, and I must apologise because I have been away for so long, a lot longer than I intended. It's been 2 years, in fact. 2 years since I moved away from the music scene in Birmingham, and that was because I knew that I was going to have to take a long journey to the land of the master's dissertation. Anyway, in this land of a master's dissertation, I had to write a scroll, and it was a scroll of great importance, to me anyway. Now, before I could write my scroll, I had to master the understanding of 2 different worlds. One was considered superior to the other world, and they both existed within the same universe. But I had come to believe that actually the world that was considered inferior was actually just as important as the other world, and I somehow had to find a way of writing this within the scroll. I felt that if the 2 worlds came together, it would be like the sun and the rain coming together to create a rainbow. The rainbow was elusive. The sun and the rain refused to meet. My planned 6-month visit to the barren land actually extended into 2 years. And just as I began to prepare to come back home, I took an unexpected detour. Now, my friend had invited me to explore some uncharted territory. Uncharted waters, uncharted seas with her. She had heard of something deeply disturbing and troubling from the land of our birth. Now, the land of our birth is a mythical place, and most people in this world will never visit it. The last person who had dared to visit it had sent back a message in a bottle with the disturbing message which had been discovered. In fact, I had the bottle. Isn't it a fabulous bottle? Look at that, twinkling away. Now, inside the bottle there was a message. Let's see what it said. It said, Things are not as they seem. Everything that you have ever known or thought about this place is not real. Now, at first, we thought that the adventurer had gone mad. We thought maybe they've had too much sun while they're at sea. Maybe they haven't had enough fresh water. But we did feel that we were going to have to rescue this person. So we set out and we jumped into our boats and we took to the sea and we sailed along looking for them. Now, the message had a map on there, and the map would take us to the land of our birth. So we sailed along, and finally we got to where we thought the world would be. But in place of the world was a big hole, a big void, and all of the sea was crashing into the hole. And it took our little boat with it. As we fell into the void, we realised that we were trapped mid-air. It was a void, there was nothing there. There was nothing beneath our feet. Nothing. The world that we thought was there had gone. Fragments of the world that we had seen were floating around in the air. We saw fragments like glass. The shattered fragments distorted the contents within. Some contents were magnified, and what we could see was that there were people trapped within the glass. And these people were our friends. They were our family. They were natives who had come from the same world as us. trapped and they could not get out, and they could not hear us. We called out to them and they could not see us. It was like they were asleep and their minds were somewhere else. Now the people in this world, they seemed to know that somehow something was wrong and that things were shattered. And they spoke excitedly of rescue. But what they did not realise is that rescue was not going to come. And they were going to have to find their own way out. We realised that even though we had left our mythical home many years ago, it had been whilst we slept. And now we needed to return with opened eyes to see beneath the dreams of what had been. Our memories of our world had been seen through the cracked lens of a world about to shatter. What we had thought of as perfection was in fact broken fragments. As the awakening happened, we realised that the only way out was to wake up and remove ourselves from the glass prisons, and that is what the people who were trapped in there were going to have to do. And with that awakening, we traversed up through the void, past the crashing sea. We navigated the current back to dry land, safe and sound. Now being stuck in that void had been terrifying. Many people have been driven to delusion and despair, but for some it has been an enlightening experience, because we've had to hold two worlds in one hand. On the one side, reality, and on the other, dreams, and somehow find where the two meet. And where the two meet, they create a rainbow like sun and rain. I suddenly realised that the scroll I had been trying to write had more or less written itself. The scroll said that it was about positivism and constructionism and where the two meet, and you know how it didn't quite work. But however, the scroll was really inspired by this journey to a land that no longer existed. It's now been 3 months since the two of us were lost to that void, and we realised that the messenger who sent the bottle, they weren't the one who needed rescuing. It was actually the two of us, and we needed to go to that land to wake up. There is a Portuguese word that is called saudade, and this word describes mourning for something that you've never had, something that never quite was, and it's a word that cannot be translated directly into the English language, but it's a word that seems to describe the essence of that story. And we're going to have a go at performing Saudade. Saudade, exotic made from far away. Saudade, pretty one come out to play. Saudade fills my soul with what it cannot bear. Saudade, I cannot have what is not there. Saudade is come to visit. Saudade is come to stay. The frequency of her visits has increased up to this day. I notice not the omens, oh, I notice not the signs, I notice not the creeping things. I'm out of time. I've got to steal my mind. I could have locked away my heart, but Saudade melted ice away. She's master of her art. Saudade, exotic made from far away. Saudade, pretty one come out to play. Saudade fills my soul with what it cannot bear. Saudade, I cannot have what is not there. Emptiness and bittersweet, melancholic, nostalgia, longing for what is lost, what will never return. Saudade for the dead pains less than for those who are alive. The dead are gone, the living they provide fresh torment. Living reminders of what was gone and fresh hope it may return. False hope that feeds the magical illusion. False hope that feeds the bitter, sweet, empty, melancholic nostalgia. The torturous opium that is. Saudade, exotic made from far away. Saudade, pretty one, come out to play. Saudade fills my soul with what it cannot bear. Saudade, I cannot have what is not there. Saudade, saudade, saudade.